Okay, so last time we did this, we did if mouse is down, we're going to be creating bullets, but it gave us a sort of railgun effect where it spawned lots of bullets at once. What we're going to do now is we're going to actually take that and we're going to convert it into just when we click the mouse once, we spawn one bullet, okay, because you're going to have to spam the mouse instead, makes it a lot nicer. And we're going to do that in a begin step. So we're going to go over, holding shift, and we're going to get pressed. So if the mouse is pressed, scroll back over to our step we made last time and just copy this, Control C, and back in the begin, put it in, make sure it's on the right hand side, okay, so it links into it, otherwise it's not going to work. And in your step we can just delete all that. So we've now essentially got if mouse is pressed, then it's going to spawn the bullet instead towards the bullet, or where the mouse location is, sorry. What we need to do now is we need to create an event, and we're going to get the health bar working in this video. So we're going to create, and we're going to make a variable, and this variable is going to be called HP, okay, or hit points or health points. And for my game, I'm going to set it to 10, and I recommend you do the same for yours just for this tutorial while you figure it out. We're going to create another variable, okay, so I press the plus, and we call it HP max, and we're going to set that to 10 as well, and we're going to use this later to track, using a bit of code, what our HP is. Okay, so now you have made these two variables. We're going to go back to the step, okay? So we moved this into begin step, and we're going to go back to just the regular step. In the regular step, we're going to get an if, and we want an if variable, okay? It's this diamond here with the two arrows. If variable, HP that we just made. Keep in mind our variable is a location in the memory of the computer that is storing a value for us, and we can call that whenever we want. If the HP is equal to 0, I'm going to restart the game, okay? And again, this needs to be off the right hand side, so you get this green connection here. If it looks like this, okay, it's not going to work, it's empty, it has to be off to the right. So when our HP is 0, we will just restart the game. In our collision, now with the object enemy, this is where we want HP to be taken away. Okay, when we hit the enemy, we want to make sure we lose health. So within here, I'm going to delete this for now, talk through it. We're going to get our variable, okay, assign variable, and when we collide with the enemy, we're going to take the HP and we're going to -1 relative to what it currently is. Okay, make sure you tick relative, otherwise it's not going to work correctly, because this is relative to what it currently is. If we keep doing it, it's going to set it to -1, tick relative, it adds -1, okay, or it takes -1 away. In terms of testing our game, we're going to get a debug message, and what we're going to print here is HP, okay, that variable we had. And when you run your game and you actually collide with your enemy, you'll see it's printing out your HP down here in the output box. So that could be quite useful for us. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little trick. And when I collide with my enemy, I'm actually going to make my main player jump a little bit. Okay, so move out the way. So the x-axis, okay, the horizontal axis, I'm going to take away about 200, okay, you can play with this value. So we have x minus 200. So when I collide with them over here, it's going to jump me back somewhere over here. No health bar though is no good if our actual player can't see what their current health is at. So we're going to add an event, and we're going to draw a GUI. And GameMaker already has this built in. So if we scroll down to drawing, we can get a draw health bar, it's called. If we just go through health, draw health bar, okay, not instance health, draw health bar. And it says draw a health bar from a 0 to 100 value. The two variables we made earlier, we're actually going to do a bit of maths here. We're going to take our hit points, what they currently are, and we're going to divide it by HP max, okay, which was set to 10 earlier, and we're going to times it by 100. And this is going to give us an average percentage of what our health currently is out of 100. Okay, so it's going to fill up the bar much nicer using this formula here. We need to tick all of these boxes as relative. And if we look at my room, my background is black. Okay, so in here, I'm going to make the background of the health bar be a sort of light grey. The outline being white is completely fine. The minimum colour, okay, or when they're dying, should we say, I'm going to set to a quite dark red, should we go for? And the max colour, or when they're really healthy, I'm going to set to a green. These numbers here you have to play with, okay? This is relative to where they are on your player. So I'm going to set this left one to -20, this top one to -40, this right to 90, and this bottom one to -20. Feel free to put these in for your game, but now you might have to play with them after in case your sprite's a little bit different to mine. So I'm going to run it, and we're going to see what our game looks like. So here's my game, okay, that I have, and my health bar is on my character, okay. Again, you're going to need to play with those numbers to see where this location is spawning for your bar. I'm going to wait till Thwomp goes past, and I'm going to go and touch Bowser. So it jumps me back, it's outputted my health as 9, and it's taken that percentage chunk away. And that is what you want to get in your game now.